Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to our Timberborn Let's Play. My name is Scalti. I hope you're all doing well. Last we left off, we increased our industrial area to kind of get ready for our long-term terraforming project, and also got our food kind of more stabilized and kind of working on starting to revise that, which is coming up in this next episode, along with alternative power outside of water and capitalizing on wind. So without further ado, let's jump right in. I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to Beaver. So Cleaver doesn't work. I don't know. Welcome back to our town. Anyway, jeez, what an opener. Thrilling, exhilarating, entertaining. Channel your inner Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, so we are expanding our food production. We were, I guess, a little to an extent, are a little tight on our food supply. Namely our carrots. Our carrots are pretty much gone. Potatoes are almost non-existent. But we're going to try and switch that up. So we are replacing those sunflower seeds or those sunflower plants with some wheat to make wheat flour. And then also we have some spatterdock growing that we are going to grill. And then we also have some cattails that are growing that we will turn into cattail flour here. And then with that, we should probably place some bakeries. I think these are 2x3 with the entrance on the far end. We do, in terms of temporary space usage, we could simply do something. Well, we don't really need this water storage here, so let's go ahead and nick that. And then let's do our bakeries like this. So that way, if we want, when our population improves as well, we can build another hauling post and be all set in that little space there for now. We also wrapped up the rest of our industrial area for now. Like I said, temporary. We will be expanding or rebuilding this rather once we get our power sorted out. And another drought is starting. So the other topic or the other goal for this episode is we have the recipe selected. That is the goal, to select the recipe, and we selected the recipes. All right, cool. Episode done. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. No, I just. Goal is to build wind power. And conveniently enough, actually this time around, we do have some dynamite already. Some explosives rather. So I'm thinking we maybe actually spend a little bit of time, first and foremost, terraforming. I would like to, let's see, let's do the stair. Oop, let's also, we are out of food. I'm sorry, I saw the potato, the one sole potato, and I forgot that our food is actually over on the right side here. Let's get our wheat planted all the way back to here. We'll need to do one more. But I figured if we terraform, we can get things properly configured and actually just fully call the farming space done. And farming space would also include getting all the power and stuff like that routed up. So now that we are also in good shape with our planks, we can go ahead and build our platforms. And then we actually, need a way up onto the platforms. So I guess we can just position that right there for now. And we'll turn this into a pathway leading all the way over to here, so that way we can start placing some dynamite. And I'll actually need to get this connected before we get this one built. And then we can place our dynamite here. Technically want to go up too. I know it's not the most efficient use of our materials right there, but it'll get the job done. And I think that should be good until we get this all blown up. So we'll do something like that. What are we waiting on here? Oh, we're building all this other stuff first. Okay, let's get this done as well. Let's be a little efficient with our time, I suppose. Our drought, we got 1 day left on the drought. Is there anything we're in short supply of? I mean, I guess technically we're in short supply of dynamite. All things considered with what we're trying to get done here. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 18. We are also short on gear, so I think, yeah, we're not going to be able to get really too much done with this drought season. We're definitely going to have to wait for the next one. Should be okay. I'm alright with that. Oh man, we had so many beavers born yesterday, but we still have 12 unemployment. Ugh. Oh yeah, we actually consumed all of our blueberries too. But at least we got our wheat going. Let's actually get this last little piece here. So I think we'll be okay. And we can even, I don't want to build any windmills on this quite yet. I think we'll just build them where I know they will remain. Oh, that's right, we have to move our forester too. Okay, so we know here, here, so we'll do here and here. And then I don't know if I want to get all these placed quite yet because the planks are gonna plummet. We have enough for 6 more. Yeah, it's not a lot. Ooh, and this is a pretty long drought. It's an 8-day drought. Okay, let's go ahead and actually just kind of, well, this guy's just chilling because we're maxed out on, yeah, I think we're maxed out. No available workers in district, so we haven't been producing any metal blocks as a result. That's no bueno. So we'll shift that to lowest, shift that to lowest. Let our science continue as is. So yeah, let's just go ahead and crank through this drought and kind of get past this. I mean, I guess I suppose it ain't gonna matter. Might as well get all this stuff placed while it's doing its thing. How do we want to move our forester, I guess, is the question. We could position the forester up here, which would be a little backwards, I suppose. But it would work. Do it up like that, and then instead we can plant trees. For now. Like I said, most of this stuff over here is temporary, because I would like to, okay, so like I would like to do the farming, right? We'll turn this into some farming for our aquatic goods instead of having this type of weirdness going on. And then kind of like make like a 4 corners, right? So we'll have food, food, food. And that's like growth, like farming, farming, farming. And then over here we'll have like a little, we'll make this like the food or the, what do you want to call it? Like a food court, essentially. Design it out that way. So we'll have to reposition some stuff eventually. But I think for now, until we can kind of build up our food supply again, this would probably be the better way to do it. We're almost out of a dynamite. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just get all this stuff placed. I think maybe, yeah, we'll get it all placed and then we'll perhaps time lapse it. And I do think I will not get rid of the pathways underneath, like I said. Being able to kind of navigate, like you use this to further, you know, reach over here, for example. It's kind of like a little cut through, I think is nice. So I think we'll do that. But let's see, like, yeah, 392 horsepower. So the amount of horsepower we would get even on a very, not like a very minimally windy day, minimally windy, day, we would still have quite a bit of power available to us. Oh, and actually I placed this wrong. It's unfortunate because we're wasting some resources, but make sure I place it in the right spot. So we're gonna have that gap in the middle here, just so that way everything stays symmetrical. So that's a whoops on my part. So yeah, gap. Nope, did it wrong again. Just clicking too fast. Oh wait. Oh, it's right. It's ooh. Whoops. I now remember I mentioned this before. This is not supposed to be here. So we'll clear that. Once that pops, then we will ooh. Yeah, that's good. Because all this is moving over one. So we'll have room for all the windmills. Eventually this will get cleared out as well. So yeah, we need to just get rid of that, and then so that means the windmill placement will be here. Leave this for now since this is our navigational pathway. Can't really touch that. Can get these placed. And then, do we have an issue with this forester too? We do. So we can move our forester to the other side here then. Do it like that. Switch him over so that way we can build our windmills over here. What are our builders doing? I think they're kind of stuck. They're building the power. Okay. Our population. We have 2 unemployed. Okay, so we've kind of recovered. Hopefully it'll kind of stay like that into the temperate season or the wet season, however you want to call it. And we'll be able to kind of actually get some of this stuff going. Perhaps too, we can increase our metal production. It would be nice to start storing that up when it comes time for some later game building. We just definitely want to make sure that we have some metal blocks. The one thing that I haven't really messed with on the folktales is under our pathing and structures, we have the metal platform. So you can see it's a 4-high platform. It is 3 by 3. But what's cool is you can kind of see in the icon, you can plant stuff under it, which is kind of interesting. So I'm curious to see, you know, mess with some layouts and kind of see how that could work, especially in some, like, maybe some bigger mega structures. Like, I think it'd be really cool to use something like this for, like, the housing area, because I would like to have it set up in a similar way, not as haphazard, where we have our houses where essentially they have, like, this water area, or, like, housing has, like, all the entertainment next to it too. Like, it's housing and entertainment all in one solid location, because essentially at the end of the day, when beavers are done working, they will spend the remaining time between end of work period and the programmed, like, whatever time it is they're supposed to go to sleep, doing leisure activities. So if we kept all the leisure stuff next to the housing, then we'd be in pretty good shape in terms of, like, enabling them to get the most out of their day, to be able to enjoy all of that. So I wonder where our Lido status is. It's probably not high. Yeah, it's not a lot because we don't have many Lidos. Maybe some other stuff that we can consider while we're kind of waiting for product is looking at... So we're going to get some... Ooh, we already have grilled spatterdock? That's fantastic. I didn't realize that it started being produced. So we're going to get the bread as well, which is another 2. Cattail crackers is, I think, 2 as well. So we get a little bit of a well-being boost. We could probably build some beaver statues. Those take planks, which we're actually out of. Yeah, are we out of planks? Yeah, we are out of planks. The awe These are like huge monuments. Not going to worry about those right now. So I think, yeah, I think we'll work on the scarecrows and the beaver statues once we get the food bits sorted out. But we're getting some nice progress over here, slowly but surely. And our drought period expires in a little under 3 days, which is good. Yeah, I like the windmills in this configuration too. Like visually, I really like the design style. If you've ever seen Divergent, or like, I forgot what city it's been. I think it's like Chicago or something like that. There's like that wall, I think actually exists somewhere. And this kind of gives me that kind of vibe, where it's just like this wall of energy. Like just like this encasement wall, if you will. But I think it's a pretty solid use of our space, considering like typically like your farmland is for the most part going to be flat, with not much verticality to it. So, and ideally we should be able to sustain the colony that we need, if you will, with just this plus the spatterdock and the cattails. And then I go, oh, actually, you know what? I stand corrected. So we got farming, sort of like aquatic farming. And then over here, I forgot, because I haven't gotten to that point of the game too much lately. So at the very start, I mentioned that trees have, some trees have secondary components. So pine has sap, which is used for coated planks or treated planks, and some, where is it at? What am I thinking of? Where? Not metal. It's not treated planks. Here we go. Pine resin is not used. Okay. But this, essentially the refinery, the top three that we see here, that is fuel. Those are for our beaver bots. And then the, oops. The bottom one is catalyst, and that is essentially, kind of speeds up the bots. So well-being increases the beavers' work speed, move speed, etc. Catalyst is the same thing. Catalyst is a beaver bot's well-being. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, back to the point. We got pine, we have chestnuts, or chestnut trees, which produce both logs and chestnuts, go figure. And then we have maple, creates maple syrup, and that's it. So we would want to produce a small tree plot for chestnuts, and then also maple, because the maple syrup in our bakery can be used to make maple pastries. And then the chestnuts can be grilled under the grill for grilled chestnuts. So we technically we'll have the four corners of food. The four corner food mart. Corner food facility. I like that. Four corner food facility. What's really great about that too is it's 4 F's. F, 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 F. Food. Wait. Wait. What is it? For food. No. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on what I literally just said. Anyway, that's fine. Not important. So yeah, we'll do the four corners of food production. And then near that, we can do the cafeteria style system. Sorry, I was thinking through the thought too. If we found the exact center of the map, we could literally do a four-corner system where we produce essentially all of this in four corners, which I think might be reasonable. and like one corner is dedicated to, well, I don't know, I feel like that would be weird, especially if we're gonna have all of our power coming down through one straight line. We'd have to like figure out a way to get power over here. So maybe like this side that doesn't use a lot of power or needs very little could benefit from not being industrial related. I mean, it's not like it's difficult to transport power, especially once we get the infrastructure in place. We're like utilizing dynamite to run channels. So essentially the idea is, you know, run a channel of dynamite down here. Like so. And then you have the water flow, but then the power, this power still works in water, right? So, hopefully this balances out. This is like giving me a headache. Are we still getting cattail crackers? Yeah, so our food production is soaring now. Like our carrots are peaked back out to normal. Our grilled potatoes are doing wonderful. So yeah, I think we're in really good shape with our food now too. So actually, let's go ahead and connect this up too. And all right, so we got metal, we got double dynamite going, which is good. I think we increased the metal production. So let's do another one. Let's do, well, I don't want to go too far over that way because we have all of this that we're going to be demolishing. So we could do an offshoot of power. Well, actually, yeah, here, let's just do this. Do it up like that. And then pathway here, stairs. Just do on both sides, why not? Connect it up like so. And then we will do 2 more smelters, and then we'll do 2 more for the dynamite. And I think we might need to then increase our paper production by like 1 factory, which wouldn't be that big of a deal. So slow trucking on that dynamite though. It's like, where am I even using all the dynamite? We have 16 explosives, but it says we can't get all the materials needed. Can't get all required materials, but we have dynamite. Our pathway's connected. Like, I know there's no 2 here, but we still have the area of influence needed for it, as you can see here. So I'm curious why it's saying that. Maybe it's bugged out. Okay, now there they go. No, wait, yep. Okay, we're good. I do kind of wish, like, you can hear everything kind of going with how zoomed in I am. I kind of wish the fall off, it's like, that's quite loud. That's still quite loud. Not too bad. And it's like not existent. I feel like they could kind of widen that gradient of sound level, if you will, even a little bit more. I think we're going to be kind of strapped for. I guess we're kind of progressing at a decent rate here. Oh, probably need some power here. Would be a good idea. So I think I'll just keep an eye on our dynamite. I'll keep working through this. I'm just going to do an actual jump cut this time since I just want to put a little bit of work in and not time lapse. I guess I could just time lapse and just to see that, show that the work is being done, if you will. So yeah, I'll just go and do that. Okay, so we're starting to suffer from a lot of injured beavers. And I know we have the medical beds, but they're definitely not keeping up. So we're finally we got some metal blocks ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get healer place. do that there, and then we'll actually place some more medical beds. Like so. And then next to here, actually, in order to actually make use of the dandelions, we need a harvester. So he'll be able to go back here. I kind of like that too. I kind of like how it's like the... And maybe I'll make it a little bit more intentional, but creating like a little bit of like a backyard, if you will, behind the medical hut. I think would be kind of cool. Be a neat little just aesthetic, you know, bring a little sense of like realism, not just like nonchalantly, oh yeah, here's some dandelions, right? Like try and be, you know, a little intentional. Not a little, but be as intentional as possible without it being having a negative impact or a negative effect on the actual experience and playthrough. The other thing that we could do, now I think about it as well, is we could build platforms here and get a couple more windmills in. That could be kind of cool. Because right now it's just dead space. Like, we're not planting any crops here or anything like that, so might as well make the best of it. And I think even you could do something like this. I think benches. Let's see what can fit under a pathway. Because we have like little benches that our beavers can sit on. So like creating like a little bench back here could be kind of cute. I don't think any of this can fit. I don't think a shrub can fit. It needs to be exposed to daylight. So much like our actual plants, kind of putting under there. The other thing I know we can do, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit because that sound is annoying. I don't think can a shrine fit? No. So the shrine needs space too. And I think it's probably because there's a fire component, like a pyrotechnic component to it. They light like little candles, if you will. The temple is actually also a pretty like easy, quote unquote easy way to get some well-being as well. The hiccup with that is that they're huge. They take up quite a bit of space. So trying to be conscientious of that too is always beneficial. But we don't have like the planks to build that at the moment. Is this all taken care of? Cool. So we can now backtrack this out. And then place some more dynamite in here. And also a good rule of thumb is like dynamite and platforms and stuff can only be built in lengths of 10 squares. So 10 by 10, so you can build 100, right? But that's also a kind of good quick way to visualize the 10 here, because that is the same distance of influence that a district has. So there's no real clean, I guess like right here. So for example, this square that lines up with this one single one here. So if I go and take this and build it, whoops, I don't want to actually build it. Keep an eye on that spot though. It's here and here, so you can see it lines up with that influence +1. Right, so it's 9. So it's technically 10 because they can build to the square next to they're in the area of influence. So if I click on the district center again, so they can build something that's here because they can stand here and they build next to it, right? They build adjacent. So just a little pro tip for you there, I guess. Just a little tip, not necessarily a pro tip, but okay, let's get this prioritized and then we can get the rest of these placed, and then I'll probably time lapse through to getting them all built. I have pathing there. Technically I can build the windmills on top, but you know, like I said, I want to put the pathing in. So I want to detonate all of this. So that way we can put in the paths, like I said. And then what's nice is now that we do have all those paths, we don't need these on top of here. Don't need this either. So now we can just put in everything that we want to, and they will be able to access it. Oh, hold on. This and this one are wrong. I think I've done that 3 times. I think every single time, without fail, I've placed them wrong. Comes to joining them up like that. So here we want to do a little cross. And what's kind of nice with this system, and this was like a happy accident, because I initially developed this kind of like farm plot style quite a while ago, like prior to me thinking about putting the windmills and stuff up here. But it just so happens that it's this, like it works out perfectly to put them cornered out. Like, I guess technically the exception is here in the middle, right? But in terms of like the depth, you can see it's making up great use of this space. They are as dense as they can possibly be, which is quite nice. So, and just kind of run it all the way down and let that join in, and then we'll be able to tap into the power from this as needed. I think we're pretty solid on paper. I think the kind of downside is just, and this is something else I want to kind of consider too, is how can we create navigation here, right? To get it to a higher floor with all the storage underneath, and then maybe even leaving some gaps in between. The other thought that I had too, where we can leave gaps but also provide pathing, is these buildings, you can see how they're all lit. That's because the buildings these buildings also transfer power, just like how these are lit and they transfer power. So what we theoretically could do is we can put some housing in, don't actually connect it, don't utilize it, or do, you know, to always just have that extra housing. But I think like a way to kind of mitigate some power stuff is to actually maybe like plant these in the middle, make this like the spine, and it'll transfer power to and from. Like, as long as we have like that, essentially anything that sits on top of the housing on that spine component will receive power. So that way we can put gaps in between the structures here for easier forward, backward pathing. And also save some resource. Like, we don't need all this storage down below, and we don't have to deal with like the error here with the storage that doesn't have the ability to connect as well. Like, we can, I mean, I suppose the housing will not be connected, so we will get that error. So you can kind of go, you know, a couple ways about it type situation. So but yeah, I think we have a lot. Ooh, we still have so many injured beavers. This is waiting for gears and planks. All right, I'm going to maximize this out because it'd actually be quite nice to get this, oh, and this built, so that way we can get rid of our injured beavers. We're just living in agony. So, but I think this is, yeah, we have a lot like prepped, like this is like ready to go and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a nice little time lapse and come out on the other side. A lot of stuff complete. Something exciting is happening. Curious to see how much power we're getting. We're getting a total of 3,100 power output, and we don't even have everything connected or built yet, but we are still able to build stuff from our industrial district. So being able to do that during a drought period is now super nice. The, again, downside is we are at the mercy of wind. So in the event the wind does die, you know, all production does stop. That's where the batteries will come into play. But as mentioned, we will be postponing battery usage until relevant. Not to mention they cost quite a bit. They cost 10 iron, 10 metal blocks per, plus the planks and gears, which we're currently still trying to stock back up on until we get our windmills complete. Those are going to be slow to be produced. Just want to double check that our water is going to be good. Yeah, our water will be okay. A little low, but we'll be okay. And we're good on that as well. So now that we have our oak being produced over here, it's going to mature. I'm thinking maybe we start to redo this space here. I think that'll probably be a good idea, especially while we wait on some stuff. So like in between waiting for planks and gears, we can get these guys to like clear all this stuff out. And it'll take a little bit, but we can do it. Actually, here, I'll just set the priority to high. Get all this stuff cleared out as quickly as possible. We can also probably nick this. We have a decent amount of unemployment, so we could probably do... I don't know if I want to do a hauling post, or if we should do a builder. I think we'll do a hauler. Why not? Get that produced as well. Yeah, I want to get all these trees cleared out, and then we can start planning the aquatic farming. Alright, they can now reach everything, so it'll get cleared out as soon as able. So I do want to use beehives. I do want to make sure that we have the ability to make the most out of the area. So that's our four corner there, right, looking straight down. That'll be our starting point. And so we can demolish. Oh. I'll actually wait until our trees are gone in their entirety. Beautiful. Oops. So we can demolish. Let's see, let's do, this is the square. And, okay, so we are at space limitations. Maybe we move this over. We just want to make sure that we'll have access to power. I mean, I suppose realistically we could get a little clunky. I don't want to get too clunky with it. Just kind of looking and see what our options are. I don't know if I want to clear these trees out. I feel like this might not be enough for kind of what we're going to be working with. How far out can these guys go? Do 5, then we'll put a grindstone here. And then you can nick these. Sign this to get cut down, including those. Might as well make the most out of it and cut these down too, down below here. I know they can't reach all the way up to here, it's fine. You just double check the planting area here. So let's actually, yeah, we'll plant these out to range. Maybe we'll just clear these out sooner than later. Then once those are cleared, we'll have our forester plant oak over here as well. They're not going to get it all cleared out before the end of the day. That's fine. Oh, wait, maybe? Nice. Cool. So that might actually be enough. So let's see how close we are to some of the stuff spawning. That's a decent amount of lumber. Plus we have some in storage. I think we're okay to get rid of this. Just do it like this. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, we're actually capped on log storage. We're accumulating some gears, we're accumulating some planks. I feel like they're all about to be used though for our windmills. Total power production almost 6,000. That's pretty great. That is quite great. So if we clear, let's see. We're gonna need some pathing back here in order for them to reach some stuff. Actually, no, they should be able to reach all of this, actually. So we'll move our grist mills. The aquatic is going to stay for now. While everything's being built. Or we could relocate over to, well, that's a little far away, I would think. Yeah, it is a little far. That's also elevated higher than I thought. I thought that was actually on the same level as this. What's our food like? 1.4K. We have 517 sunflower seeds. Jeez. Oh, you should probably... Where's my bread being made? 188 out of 190. We should probably also consider some storage for the bread as well, even if it's just temporary. So what we're gonna do chestnuts and maple. So I guess, yeah, realistically, let's move our bakeries just completely out of the way for now. Do them opposite of each other. Actually, here. Storage. Can do a pathing system like this. Stairs down on either side. Do it like that. Spread. Cattail. Once those are built, we'll have these guys switch. Or actually, we can just shift priority then, I suppose. Science centers. These can go. We have plenty of science for now. Reposition. 2 builders, 2 haulers. Okay, easy enough. 2 builders. Or sorry, 2 haulers. 2 builders. This one's making bread, so we'll put bread below it. This one's making cattail crackers. Alright, so we got bread up and running. About to get cattail crackers up and running as well. Let's go ahead and demolish these. And after that would be these. Those are already starting up. Starting to accumulate some planks. We are running out of logs very quickly. It's because we are not cutting any trees down. Drop all the haulers. I guess we do have some logs up here. We actually have plenty of logs that are going to go into storage that our haulers are going to be producing as well. We should be good on this side. So yeah, we need stuff still. Move the grills. So yeah, we'll do the same thing. Let's see, let's do storage. Something like this, I suppose. Or we can go down either way. Oops. So we'll go like that. Do crossover. And then do a grill of opposites like so. Maybe get some storage up here for water. For those who might be a little parched. Set the priority on this to pretty high. Set 1 to potatoes, 1 to spatterdock. We'll set this to empty. I don't want to destroy it outright. I'll work on repositioning all of that. Do another 7. But we don't want the middle ones to be destroyed. We're going to put our beehives on that. They need to be on ground. And if we go down, we'd have to put like levees around them, and that takes up 4 spots per beehive that we don't want to waste, if you will. And so then we're going to do a pathway in between that would connect down, but maybe we also need to consider how we want to have our water get in. We're going to need like dams and whatnot. I also have unfortunately, I've lost track of, let's see, this side is spatterdock. I've lost track of how long I've been recording for. So I think maybe once we get this food stuff sorted out, we'll wrap it there. Nothing is connected. Brilliant. There we go. Oh, and I need a pathway underneath. Like that. Very nice. Cutting down trees? Is that what this is? Yes, we are cutting down trees. Fantastic. This has been emptied. Destroy this. Let's consolidate all of this mess. So this is a nice little trick that I learned. We can do... Technically, we can do dynamite. So I want to see... That just moves it to the left. Okay. So essentially, we can just kind of like consolidate some stuff and push it. And it'll take it to the nearest possible place in which it can be placed. So get all this condensed down. Relatively condensed down, as you can see. But it cleans things up a little bit. Don't have to worry about it. That out of here. Set that priority to high. We don't need all this dynamite. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, we got a nice little cleaned up space by setting it up that way. And then we will eventually switch our power over to the central line here as well. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. The windmills are just going to be like a work in progress. Those are just going to be passively being built. But we'll come back next episode and refine our food district, and that should honestly probably set us up for the rest of the game, to be completely fair, because we are going to eventually be tapping into some forbidden technology. And by forbidden technology, I mean bots. We can build little bots to do the work for us, so that way the beavers can lounge around in leisure around, leisure, relax all day, essentially, and let the bots do all the work. There are still some things that beavers must do, like the inventors and stuff for like science points, beaver only, for example. But there are some places that are bots only, too. So, and we'll actually need to be producing a lot of science for that eventually. And we currently don't have the employment. I guess technically we do. Next episode. I keep going on tangents. So, wind power during droughts is going to be superb. Our power consumption, 2,000. I think these alone produce almost that. So we're actually almost at our power capacity just from water alone. So I think we kind of want to be a little cognizant of that. Maybe we step back on some of the stuff that we have going on. Maybe not. I think we should be relatively okay. I don't think we need to be producing that many metal blocks, to be honest. I think the forefront of what we're doing is going to be put into explosives, because it's going to be a lot of work to get this done. So go ahead and wrap it up there. Next we return, we'll finalize our food district and continue on our merry way. Ever so closer we get to the large project. I'm super excited for it. It's definitely a game changer for this map, and especially how I have approached it in the past, to say the least. And I'm excited to get our food online. You know, I like the system that's being developed. I really enjoy, capitalizing on the pathways around the farmland. I know kind of where it's going from here, and I think it turns out fantastic. So I'm super excited for that as well. But I hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like. It does help out the channel. If you want to see more content in the future, be sure to subscribe if you're not already. And if you have any questions about Timberborn, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, or anything about Satisfactory as well, leave a comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, take care.